cousins. Welcome back to the crib. Hope everybody is having a great day today. Let's get into this Chris Brown and Bad Bunny Super Bowl situation because after Bad Bunny delivered a historic Super Bowl halftime performance, one rooted in culture, identity, and spectacle, drawing a record breaking 135 million viewers, yes, he officially dethroned Kendrick Lamar, but you would think that moment would be wrong to him, right? Instead, here comes Chris Brown sliding on Instagram claiming the Super Bowl needs him. And I'm just like, sir, first of all, how are you hating from outside of the club when you can't even get in? You're not even pulling from your own lyrics. But let's be serious for a second because what would the creative direction be if Chris Brown was to perform at the Super Bowl? What would be the liability meeting? What exactly are we pitching here? Is it fireballs? Is it crumping? Is it trampolines? Is it a 20-minute melody of backflips and reverb microphone runs? I'm trying to visualize what it would be like with Chris Brown on a stage. Are we talking pyrotechs and probation paperwork? Truly, I don't know who's more delusional, the man or his fan base. Chris Brown and the criminals. Yeah, that's what I call them, the criminals. I want them to be for real for a second. 90% of America does not have Chris Brown headlining a future Super Bowl on their bingo card. Not even Turning Point USA needs you. They don't even need you. Because what happened to decorum? What happened to great show, Benito? Hope to touch that stage soon one day. Or better yet, maybe we could all be silent. Word to Jill Scott. Instead, we get entitlement from Chris Brown. But stepping away from the jokes for a second, the Super Bowl halftime show is no longer just a spectacle. It hasn't been for years, honestly. And a few months ago, I did a video called America Has a Problem, breaking down exactly what Jay-Z has been putting on the forefront and also what Beyoncé has contributed to shifting the narrative of the stage. Back in 2016, during her Formation Lemonade era, she honored Michael Jackson and invoked the legacy of Malcolm X. Her dancers wore afros and raised Black Power fists on national television. Police unions threatened to boycott her. There were conversations about officers refusing to provide security if she performed Formation. She performed it anyway. She didn't give a fuck. And that moment reframed halftime. It became more than entertainment. It became a cultural platform. And since then, yes, we've had some spectacle here and there, We've had Rihanna, we've had The Weeknd, we've had Shakira and J-Lo, which were all monumental moments within themselves, but we've also had substance. In 2022, Kendrick Lamar helped pick up that baton that Beyonce had laid out. Kendrick performed All Right in Mad City, embedding protest and survival into prime television. Not a lot of people go back to that performance and give him his tens for that. But in 2024, he elevated it further, introducing the idea of the American game, the cold reality of navigating systemic barriers as Black Americans just to survive, let alone win. Like, that's the trajectory of what the Super Bowl halftime has become. That's the bar. And Bad Bunny followed that lineage up with a performance rooted in Puerto Rico identity and resilience amongst the Trump administration and the ICE raids that are going on all across the world. So the question becomes, what exactly is Chris Brown offering? The halftime stage demands narrative, discipline, breath control, stage position, and cultural weight. Backflips and viral choreography on TikTok are not the thesis. Yo and run it and kiss kiss are not the message. I'm sorry, it's not. And at this level, you need more than movement. You need meaning. But let's rewind because in 2023, Chris Brown was in his own comment section saying, American media ain't for me. Rather be where I'm welcomed. Now all of a sudden the NFL needs you. Like, again, who is they? Because nobody is sitting in a boardroom saying, you know what this halftime show needs? Do you know what this half show is missing? Pending litigation. That's not what they're saying at all. Because let's address the obvious elephant in the room. Chris Brown, you are currently out on bail awaiting trial over allegations that you assaulted a music producer with a bottle. The trial is set for October of 2026, I believe. This is not ancient history. This is active. Chris Brown could have been one of the biggest artists of his generation. I won't say vocally gifted because he leans hard on that reverb microphone. He's an athletic performer though. I mean, he can crump all day and night. He can backflip all day and night. He has some cultural impact amongst his female fans because they just won't let him go. They will not let him go. But talent without discipline is self-sabotage. If he had kept his hands and his temper in check, the conversation today might be a little different. Instead, there's a pattern, a laundry list, and every time it resurfaces, it's dismissed because he can backflip on beat. Please hear me. And I've been seeing some people say, well, what about Dr. Dre? He was able to perform at the Super Bowl. First of all, this nigga is not Dr. Dre. Nobody here is taking up for Dr. Dre, but Dr. Dre has publicly acknowledged his past abuse and he has apologized to the woman he has harmed. Whether they have accepted it or not, I do not know. But accountability does go a long way, even though it does not erase the damage. But it matters. Ownership matters. Growth matters. And Christopher, when are we going to get that from you? Because until there's some sustained accountability, and no new allegations, corporate America is not putting you on stage. They're not doing it. That's just the reality. Chris Brown, you are not going to book this stage no time soon. Unless you go into one of those meetings and you have a conversation with Jay-Z and explain yourself, it's never going to happen. But again, shout out to Bad Bunny because the performance wasn't just a concert, it was a cultural statement. He represented Puerto Rico unapologetically. Sugarcane fields, shaved ice carts, boxers honoring the island's deep boxing lineage. There were power pole references of the fragile electrical grid post Hurricane Maria. And there was a little Benito on stage mirroring his childhood photos because representation does matter. People threw a fit when he won the Grammys and he handed a Grammy to little Benito. He brought out Ricky Martin, an openly gay Puerto Rican icon who looked phenomenal and sounded amazing. Lady Gaga popped up on the screen and I started to sound like Kanye West. Gaga, what the fuck are you doing here? Nobody had you on their bingo card, Gaga. Cardi B also pulled up and she had a little cameo. She did not perform. I was looking forward to her performing. I like it. Which is wild considering it's his only US #1 and it's 11 times platinum diamond record. But I guess if you remember, he did perform the verse alongside Shakira at a previous Super Bowl. That's kind of odd because how can you perform a feature song at somebody else's Super Bowl? But whatever. It makes sense at the end of the day. But additionally, I didn't understand every word he said, but my body did. My feet did. They were moving. And sometimes you don't need translation to feel intention. The music translated itself. The message was bigger than the language. It was pride. It was heritage. It was visibility. And that's what the Super Bowl stage is for. It's not for ego. It's not for Instagram stories. It's not for pick me energy, Chris Brown. That's not what that's for. So again, congratulations to Bad Bunny on an incredible, culturally rich performance. And Chris, respectfully, pack up that reverb microphone. This will never be you. Cousins, I'll holla at y'all in my next one. Later.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.